Hey, what's going on, NFL fans and Atlanta Falcons fans, man? Y'all know who it is. It's your boy Antoine. Smitty Smith, Smitty Sports Machine, man. Y'all know how I get down. Y'all know how I do it, man. Press that subscribe button. Also, press that notification bell. Get my videos as soon as I drop them. Press that like button to help me get my recommendations up to get my video through the YouTube universe. Great appreciate y'all as always. Right quick, man, very quick. Three players that I think can break out for the Atlanta Falcons and will be key to the Falcons having a strong season. And these three players or names you pretty much know. One of them, to me, is going into his second year. And I might as well just get it started, man. Let's go with Rook Orohoro from Clemson in 2024 draft. Played 8 games last year for the Atlanta Falcons, and he didn't not get significant playing time. Now he was injured for a little while, but those 8 games he did get 148 snaps. Ended up with 11 tackles, one tackle for loss, and one quarterback hit. So he has to be key to this defensive line being disruptive. He's 6'4", 305 pounds, or 6'4", 300 pounds. And when you look at it, losing Grady Jarrett to the Chicago Bears via free agency, he's going to have to step up and take that next step in order for guys like Morgan Fox, who's really, to me, is a free agent sign that no one's talking about that could make one of the biggest impacts. You talk about David Onyemata, who's getting up in age. So Rook is going to have to be key on this defensive front for the Falcons to get pressure on the quarterback. And I think this front seven is probably going to be depending on him more than they think because he has raw ability, strong. You saw the get off last year, explosive at the line of scrimmage. Powerful in the legs. He can push the pocket, and I think he's going to be the key to this Falcon run game turning around this year, run defense turning around this year. But Rook Orohoro, I think is going to be one of the key players. Man, let's keep it going with Darnell Mooney at number 2, man. Darnell Mooney almost had a career year last year. Nearly had 1,000 yards, but he missed that last game. And I kind of hated it for him because he worked so hard to get there. Now, did have a problem with drops during the season, and I feel like he can fix that easily. But he had 1,000 yard season in his second season, and last year and this year I think it's going to be the third season, and I think he's going to take a lot of pressure off Drake London and Kyle Pitts. But what's going to help him is I think the competition that they brought in at the wide receiver position is going to push him just a little bit more. And if y'all watched the Falcons last year, y'all saw he played like a number one receiver through most of the year until I think Kirk Cousins finally got it going. But I think Darnell Mooney, he's on the second year of a 3-year deal. He's going to have to prove himself. And I think if he's one of those players that can prove themselves this year, he's setting the Falcons up long term and setting himself up for long term with the Falcons. So Darnell Mooney would be number 2. And just talk about a guy that can flat out run every route, vertical threat, short yardage, screens. He does it all. So with a quarterback like Michael Penix to get him the football and the weapons around him, I think he can be the sleeper out of this wide receiver core that could put up surprisingly numbers. And I just think he's just going to be, one of those guys that breaks out this year. Almost did it last year, but this year I think he goes over 1,000 yards for a third time in his career. Last one shouldn't be no surprise. You got to go with Michael Penix Jr. because if he breaks out, the Falcons break out. It's just that simple. And he has everything lined up for him to succeed at, the NFL level in his second year. You look at what he did last year in 3 games, 1-2 record, 775 pass yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 58% completion percentage. Now he has to get that completion percentage up, but I think he will be able to do that. I think he can get towards the 64, 65 range in Zach Robinson's offense, and I think they're going to have to come up with a nice game plan to help this team, be the best they can be on offense. But what works in his favor is Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier, and that run game is going to be key also. And I think they can lean on the run game to make Michael Penix's job just a little bit easier. If they can control the clock with the run game and he hits passes when he needs to, makes clutch plays, I think he could possibly be one of the better young quarterbacks in this league. And y'all saw earlier that him being a dark horse MVP candidate, that could very well happen. Because guess what? Patrick Mahomes sit out most of his rookie season. Only played in the last game against the Broncos, and he had 300 yards, I think, and very next year 50 touchdown passes. And I know that's Andy Reid offense, but Zach Robinson's offense is pretty much predicated off the West Coast offense as well. So with weapons that he have also in Pitts, London, and aforementioned Darnell Mooney, and look out for a guy named Nick Nash, an undrafted free agent, Casey Washington, Ray McLeod. Just so many weapons that they have at his disposal that he could be one of those guys to be one of the next young stars in the league. But Michael Penix definitely could be a breakout player after playing in the last 3 games last year. But those are my 3 breakout players. If you got a breakout player, man, throw it down in the comment section or however many you have. Throw them in the comment section. Let me know. Y'all know how we do it on the sports machine. Let's debate. Let's have fun. It's your boy Antoine Smith signing off. I will holler at y'all soon, man. Peace.